Hello, here I am, hike for Duchenne 6, leg 8. I am on Storm King Mountain, and that right there is Breakneck Ridge. And that's where I was the other day. Breakneck Ridge. It's really tough. But anyway, I am doing hike for Duchenne 6, raising money for Duchenne kids and kids with other rare diseases in Africa. And check out the website. There's all sorts of details, pictures, stories. Hello, hey, how's it going? And thank you for watching. I am on Storm King Mountain. That's the Hudson River right there. I'm on the west side of the Hudson, and that is Breakneck Ridge. And over there is Beacon Mountain, where you see the tower. That's Beacon. Oh, check out the boat going by. Ship, I should say, going by. Beautiful. Wish you were here. Thanks for watching. Keep watching for Duchenne muscular dystrophy care in Africa. Alrighty, bye-bye. Hello. 300-mile hike for Duchenne. 300-mile autumn hike for Duchenne. You see right back there is Breakneck Ridge. I did that the other day, and today I'm on Storm King, and it's a really nice view. Let me show you around a little bit. So you got Breakneck over there, pretty steep, and then the Hudson River. I'm on the opposite side of Breakneck. Then this is looking south, and then not sure what this is, but West Point is just over the other side of that. And anyway, we are raising money for Duchenne muscular dystrophy care, and let me go back to right there, back to Breakneck Ridge. So we are hiking for Duchenne. A lot of people. I haven't even really counted how many people, but a lot of people. And we are doing the miles, we're doing the kilometers to raise money for Duchenne muscular dystrophy and for other rare diseases for care in Africa. A lot of people. We did have one person volunteer to support a man who has been helping Paul Kayunga in his shop. And so that's, something you guys could do as well, is to volunteer to sponsor donations for specific things. I made on the website, the EvertonAustinProject.org, you could see the latest list of needs. There's a lot of needs to be taken care of. One example is we want to rebuild or finish building, should say, Seganga Primary School, where the Kayungas live and where Teacher Alex lives. And Teacher Alex is the one that we're sponsoring $50 a month for working at the shop while he's not able to teach. Because of COVID, coronavirus, the schools are closed. And basically, there is online education available, but nobody has enough internet for that. They have to pay for data. It is about $15 for 50 gigabytes of data or so. I forget, or something. It's very, very expensive to be online in Uganda, and that's one thing we would like to see change, to make online things more readily available to people living in Africa. Because most of the world doesn't really even know Africa like I know Africa. Africa is full of amazing people, amazing, smart, intelligent, giving, loving, kind, God-fearing. Oh my goodness, African people that I have met are wonderful. You may have seen the video. Hey Frank, you may have seen the video. If you go to our YouTube channel, you can see the video of the 9-year-old boy praying on fire for God at the school assembly at Kaguma Primary School. There's 700 kids in the front yard on the grass in a big circle. And this 9-year-old boy is on fire for God, praying, and praying against the enemy, praying against the devil and anything that the devil can do. Jesus Christ is Lord, to the glory of God the Father. And this 9-year-old boy was on fire for God. It's on our YouTube channel. I put it on there. Just amazing. When we drove up, we saw this, and my co-leader Paul Collins was translating for us as the 9-year-old boy was praying in the local language, but Paul Collins translated for us so that we could understand what he was praying. But anyway, with these miles, I've passed 100 miles out of 300, and I'm getting close to 110. Hope to get over 110. Oh, that's the train. I thought it was a bug. Hope to get over 110 miles today, and making lots of progress towards 300-mile hike for Duchenne, 300-mile autumn hike for Duchenne. So you can pledge that way as well by just pledging per mile. If you did 1 cent per mile, for example, that is only $3. And every dollar matters. Every dollar. Believe it or not, every single dollar matters, especially in Africa. $1 US is about 3,600 Ugandan shillings, and that's a lot to them. It's a lot, and so every dollar matters. And if you did 10 cents a mile, that would be $30, right? For the whole season, the whole autumn season. I plan on doing 300 miles, and expect to get to 300 miles. If you did 10 cents a mile, that would be $30 by the end. And of course, you could be pledging for somebody else. Like some people are just, hiking 5 miles, 10 miles, whatever. So you might give more per mile if you're pledging for somebody else who's doing Hike for Duchenne. We have people doing it in the Philippines. We have people doing it in Africa. So, just let me know if you would like to sponsor somebody doing the miles in the Philippines for Hike for Duchenne. Let me know. Or if you would like to sponsor somebody doing the miles in Africa, totally fine. And I will introduce you to your sponsee who's doing the hiking the miles for Duchenne for you. Yeah, we can all get to know each other. It's amazing. You will be amazed. People have said, "Oh, you went to Africa? Did you get sick?" Da, da, da. You know what? Africa, Uganda is afraid of letting us come in as Americans because of how badly coronavirus has spread in America. So it's kind of shifted. Like during West Nile virus, everybody was afraid to go to Africa because the disease was there. Now people are afraid to come to America because coronavirus is here, and nobody wants to let Americans come over there without stiff qualifications, so but anyway, thanks for watching. Thanks for following along for Hike for Duchenne. And this project, the parent project is called the Everett and Austin Project. It's named after my sons who died from Duchenne muscular dystrophy at age 16 and 22. And there's so many kids. 1 in every 5,000 kids have Duchenne muscular dystrophy, which it's not as rare as you would think. 5,000, that seems more common, right? Breast cancer is much more common. I shouldn't laugh at that. 1 in 8 women has breast cancer. If you believe that, that's much more common than Duchenne. But still, 1 in 5,000 people having Duchenne muscular dystrophy, that's a lot more common than you would think. But 43 million people in Uganda, and 77% of those are male. And so 1 in 5,000, there should be 5,000 or 6,000 identified with Duchenne muscular dystrophy in Uganda, but we only know of 5. That's it. The Kayonga boys We know of Julius, Herbert, Emma, and we know of Niwagaba Brian, and we know of Tony Simba's son, I forget his name. We know of 5 boys in Uganda that have Duchenne. So we're trying to create more awareness. A lot of my teammates in Uganda have bought Fighting Duchenne. Hey Blake, Fighting Duchenne Muscular Dystrophy t-shirts. You can buy them as well. Help create awareness. They're on the website if you want to buy. Hi Audra, how are you? And we have t-shirts for Hike for Duchenne as well. And every t-shirt, there's a few dollars that go towards the Everett and Austin project. Hi Steph. So, but by buying a t-shirt, you can help create awareness in America or wherever you are. Australia. I have a mother in Australia who has contacted me this week, well, for a week or two now, and knowing she knows that I'm doing this and have been fighting for Duchenne muscular dystrophy. Her son has Duchenne in Australia, and there's a medication available in the U.S. that could help her son that is not approved yet in Australia. And that medication costs $800,000 Australian per year. And that's $563,000 US per year to have this fancy drug that will be able to help kids with Duchenne muscular dystrophy a little bit. And so the thing is that medications are extremely expensive. And I had to tell this mother, I'm sorry, I really can't help with that because raising funds for that, because I want to help raise funds for kids who are living in terrible poverty. That's where I want my energy to go to. In Africa, they barely have any food. When we brought a bag of rice to the Kayonga kids, they had been eating these plain white yams. And they're like worse than plain white potatoes. They have like zero taste. And that's what they had been eating. And they were having difficulty finding that in the garden. And so when we showed up and we brought them a bag of rice, check also on our YouTube channel, you can see these boys. They, when we brought out the bag of rice, they said, rice! They were ecstatic to have a bag of rice. So that's the kind of kids that I'm raising money for, so that they can have rice. In America we think rice is pretty bland, but they think it's delicious. The poor people in Uganda, they think rice is a step up. And so that's the kind of people that I'm raising money for, not for expensive drugs. Sorry, I don't really, my kids didn't have expensive drugs. They had very expensive care. The state of Minnesota paid about $30,000 a year for care for each of my boys, Everett and Austin. So I'm very thankful for that, but that's not available in third world countries. My kids also were donated electric wheelchairs. And, the kids in Africa are lucky to have push chairs. And my oldest son, he was the weakest of the two, and needed or wanted somehow. He got some, I think he won a case for something, and then he bought this electric lift. And the lift, he would be able to use a remote control. We would put the mesh, thing underneath him and hook it up to this lift over his bed, and then he had a remote control when it was ready, and he could lift himself up to the halfway up to the ceiling, over electrically to his wheelchair, and then bring himself down to his wheelchair with the electric button, and then we would take the mesh thing out. And these kinds of things are not they're not available. They don't even know what a Hoyer lift is. When I was over there, I was like, can we get some Hoyer lifts for the Kayongas? They're like, they don't answer me. They don't know what it is, I guess. I don't know. But we need to get some Hoyer lifts over there. Mr. Kayonga, Paul Kayonga, he has terrible back pain. I forget what the doctor has called it, but something about his discs are broken or something like that, which to me in American English that means that his discs have slipped out. I had that. You know, I lifted my kids before I started using a Hoyer lift. I messed up my back. That's not totally from that, it was from sports too, but I can just imagine how much pain Mr. Kayonga is in. And hi Blake, thanks for that compliment. Oh yeah, let me show you more views. But Mr. Kayonga, he needs some help with that. And thankfully Teacher Alex is helping him. That's south down the Hudson River. And over there is Breakneck Ridge. I hiked that. There it is, right there. I hiked that the other day. Very difficult hike. But today I'm on Storm King. So Mr. Kayonga, he has the slip discs, he has diabetes, and he has high blood pressure. We've sent him to the hospital a few times, but he's in bad shape. He's in very bad shape. So please pray for our work in Africa. Your prayers, our prayers. We have regular prayer time on Mondays at 4 p.m. Eastern Time, 11 p.m. Ugandan time. We do that on freeconferencecall.com. If you'd like to join us in prayer, that would be awesome. We usually have between 3 and 10 people on the call, and we each do a little praying on Mondays, every Monday, faithful for that. And so we've seen God do a lot of great things, I'm sure, because of prayer. And these are God's people. I know that God wants to help them. And so hang in there. Oh, one more thing to pray for is we put in an application for this grant type of thing in Uganda that we heard about last week. So Paul Collins, he put an application for a grant for Seganga Primary School to be finished being built. So pray for that. It could be a real boom for what we're trying to do. Thanks a lot for watching. Have a wonderful day, and happy fall, happy autumn. Storm King. We're going low road or high road? There's the low road. I'm gonna go high road. That's another way. Breakneck Ridge. Breakneck Ridge. All right, heading up to Minor View. I'm off trail on purpose. Trail is down there actually. Ooh. Wow. I think that's Cornwall on the Hudson. Oh. Pretty sure. And trying to show you the moon. I'll give you the moon. I love you to the moon and back. How many times have we said that? South. A little disoriented. That's west for sure. Sunset. And then to the north, Newburgh, beyond. And then up the Hudson River. And back east again. We go it 2 times. Alright, that's east. Oh, my music stopped. Sounded like Spanish music, Latin. Hey, there's the music again. Welcome back. West. Must be Middletown way out there. And north again. Hudson River, northeast at that point. And